Bitcoin live update today, 4/24 on Thursday. I'm just doing my usual Bitcoin research, but just sharing with you. I'm using 3 different tools here. This one's called Levels, and this is I know different people are at different levels in their trading journey. So I'm going to keep it real fundamental and real basic. If you want to ask any advanced questions, I'll do the best I can. I'm going to keep things really fundamental and share some of the basics from what I'm learning from the educators at the academy. And if you are interested in joining the academy, please reach out to me. If you have any questions, just give me a call. I'm happy to talk to you and answer any questions you might have about our academy. But we're a group of traders and investors, and we're just doing the best we can, navigating Bitcoin, the digital assets, anything, stocks, commodities, anything you're interested in. That's the whole thing. You got to kind of find out what you're interested in, what resonates with you. What resonates with me currently, one of the things amongst many, I like to feel like I'm diversified. But Bitcoin, I'm a big for long-term investing and trading. I feel that this is a good one. For me, I feel like from what I'm picking up, that approximately, and this is not financial advice, this is just what I'm hoping and speculating based on my research, but so a lot of the educators that I'm listening to are saying that Bitcoin over the next 10 years should increase 30 to 60% every year on average. So that's the whole thing. So between now and 1934, at 1934, approximately 99% of all the Bitcoin will have been mined or mined or produced at that point. And so between now and then, it's basically a Bitcoin gold rush because people who really know and understand what's going on, they're buying and they're not even really trading it. A lot of the big investors are just buying and holding for the long term because they, right now we can see we're at 93,000, almost 94,000. Some people speculate it's going to go well over 1 million per one Bitcoin. Some people even speculate it's going to go up over 10 million per Bitcoin. So we'll see. So that's the whole thing. Is it's going to ideal, but just look at the week that we've had. And one educator that I've listened to said that, and that that Bitcoin's major movement, when it makes its progress, like it's kind of like what it's doing now. Look at it over the last 6 or 7 days. It makes its biggest progress in like 10 days. So it's really hard to pinpoint the right exact time to buy. But what we can do is we can find levels of interest. Some people, we call them resistance or support. And so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to look through some different levels here and just get a look at what's going on. But each candle on the screen, each one of these red and green are candles, and they each represent 4-hour time frame, right? So you can see right now we're April 24th, all the way back, let's say the 14th, 10 days ago. This is the last 10 days. You see how we kind of chopped along right here? And then it could go down, it could go up if you're trying to time the market. But from this day, 4 days ago, we were at 84,000. Now, in 4 days, we went $10,000 in 4 days. So it's really hard to time. So what a lot of people are doing is just dollar cost averaging, trying to find the best times. Thanks to these AI-driven apps, we can locate some good opportunities to buy and sell. So let's see what we got. So I actually have some charts saved. I'm going to pull up my scalp chart. This is my scalp chart. So I am a scalp trader. I am a long-term investor. But let's see here. Let's look at some, let's zoom out to the 4-hour time frame. So when I'm doing this myself, I like to pull out. First, I like to zoom out and then zoom in, right? So as you can see, I have two big levels right here marked out on the 4-hour time frame. So just something to pay attention to. 84,700 is my 4-hour support at the bottom. That's where, if it does go back down there, will certainly be a good opportunity to consider buying, not financial advice. And if it goes up to the red area, 96,000-ish, it could be a chance for potential rejection, because that's the resistance. It's like it's going up and it's hitting the ceiling. It's not going to go up above. But now, sometimes it can go through resistance. So it can go through resistance, like, for example, let's see if I can pull up a teaching tool. There you go. So we could go like this, like that. See how that looks? That's one potential scenario. Let's see here. We could go. Well, let's see on the right. Let's see, now we could actually break through. We could go. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Oops. Oh, wrong tool. Here. Okay. So it's gonna go. It could go like this. Boom. Breaks out. That's another option right there. It's going to break through. So two good opportunities on this 4-hour time frame to consider, that I would consider, is some buys around the 84,000 range, a potential sells, not financial advice, around the 96,000 range. And then, but we could break through, and if this holds up as support, so you wouldn't think it, but that will be another good time to buy in, because the support has been held. So resistance and support really plays a lot of what the traders and investors talk about. So this is our resistance and support on the 4-hour time frame. So about 84,000 support, about a 96,000 resistance. So now let's save that. I'm going to zoom out even further. Now each one of those previous candles in our last video was each candle was 4-hour candle, right? Now this is, every candle is weekly. Every candle is one whole week. So for example, all this is what's been happening since November. Right here. Look at this. What's happened since November. We've been here, right in this area. I have some teaching tools. Let's see here. Circle. Oops. So see, that's where we started since November. And look at the big, how the, they talk about Bitcoin's volatility a lot. It is very volatile, but that's what makes it very interesting to traders and investors. But look at this big juicy green candle right here. That's a weekly candle. So anyway, so this is going to be my 1-2 year bull case speculation. Each candle was 1 week. So we're looking at the next, say, year and a half. So this is some speculations right here that I've already drawn out. I'm zooming back in a little bit so you can get the whole case. So my bull case, sometime this year, bull case is at some point will breach 109 to 119 and then maintain that as support. That's when we'll know we're to the next level. So once that is a good support, right in that 109,000 to 119,000. But then I feel like after that, our next bull case speculation, maybe by March, maybe sometime between October 2025 to even 2027. You never know how long it's going to take, but I have at some point, it's like 2020, like into 25, into 26. So a year and a half from now, my bull case speculation would be approximately 160,000 to about 190,000, somewhere in that range. But now, like I said earlier, long term, as if we're investing for the long term, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, if you're in that camp, then we're talking perhaps 1 million per Bitcoin or even 10 million per Bitcoin. These are all bull case speculations. So would I buy at 100,000? Yes. Would I buy at 200,000? Yes, I'm going to buy the next till 1934. My goal is just to keep buying Bitcoin along with other things, but just to keep accumulating, and I'll be trading too. So that's the whole thing of it. You can buy and sell and even really edge your profits up. So that's the goal there. And that's really zoomed out. Each candle, look at this now. Each candle, 1 week, right? Each candle is 1 week. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take this one candle right here, this one candle, we're going to break it up. We're going to do a look at scalp trading opportunities, okay? I'm going to come back to levels. I'm going to check it, but I want to first go to Swipe Coin. Now, this is a scalp trading AI-driven app. Each candle in this example is 15 minutes, right? This one candle right here, this one green candle is 7 days. And you can change them. We have a lot of options. That's the different viewpoints. But right now we're zooming in, right? I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to share with you how would I look for the next scalp trade, right? But you can see here, we've already, a lot of us has taken this scalp trade. Let me show you another tool by the IM Academy. This is called the Swipe Coin. What do they call it? It's also Swipe Coin Scalper, but it's called a My Swipe Coin. It's called My Swipe Coin. So what happens here on the My Swipe Coin, some of our top educators put out their best ideas. So one of the ideas earlier, it's already gone. It's too late now. But if you were in the academy, you would have gotten this idea right here. So they lay out a good time to enter. And this was today. And it even lays it out in the drawing and lays it out in the written form. So suggested idea entry 92637. So if you'd have done that, 92. It's hard to get a real solid entry sometimes. So say you got in right there, which is above the entry. You'd be in a trade right now, just like me and a lot of other people in the academy. But now what do we do? Okay, now we got in the trade. What do we do? Okay, let me show you some tricks that we learned. So I'm going to change we go from candles to a line chart. There's different ways to look at it. We were just looking at candles. Now we're looking at line. So it's just a line, right? Now, I'm going to pull out an indicator that is exclusive to our community called Super Trend. And Super Trend is our friend. because it tells us when the market is buying and when the market is selling. And right now, you can see the market is buying. Yeah, we know that, but just want to share with you. Okay, so the market is buying. But now look at, a lot of people I know are going to take a short real soon because this looks like a really good, typically a good place to scalp short. But now this doesn't always work out, but it's technically, I don't like shortening Bitcoin a whole lot because it's so forward momentum going up. I really like to long mostly, but I do short. If I was going to short, I'd probably enter a scalp short potentially right now because we have one of the tools, one of the educators taught us is we have 3 touches here on the 15-minute time frame, 1 touch. Let's see here. If I can pull out my teaching tool. So we have 2 touches here. Can you see that? 2 touches there. Well, nope. How do I do that? There you go. Okay. Anyway, so now we're testing it right now. We are testing the resistance. The red line is resistance on the short term, on the 15-minute time frame. And we are really probably pumping through. It's so pumpy. I feel like, I don't know, that's why I don't like to take shorts personally. But I'll take it. I have taken them. But I just real careful because you could shoot right up another 10,000. But see, we have 3 touch points. We are at a point. So if you were a scalp trader, you would probably consider going market short right now. But I'm going to stay in this long. I got in a long right here. I got in a long right there. So I am scalp long and I'm position long. But let's see here. Can I get rid of this? Oh, I can make it smaller. There you go. Yeah, so that's where we're at on the short term. See the things we look for? So we're looking for just trying to put Bitcoin inside of a box. And that's what we've done on the 15-minute time frame. Now I'm going to save this. HTC, so I save our chart. Thursday. I want to jump back over to levels. Go back to the scalp. I want to dig deeper into here. So let's go to the 2-hour. So you can see other levels of support will reveal themselves to us in the smaller time frames. Yeah, see, I'm more about long right now. Look at this blue area. This is all like support. You know, buy. Go. You know, this is good areas to buy on the 30-minute time frame. So I'm not really in the camp to short, but this area up here, oh, I might consider shorting in this red area here when we get up here. We'll see. I'm going to do more and more of these posts. So Bitcoin updates. That's the 30-minute time frame. Let's see what it gives us on the smaller time frames. So see, we just punctured a 15-minute red, like the bear, right? See this bear sign here? Well, that's typically when people go short, and the blue signs are the bulls. So we're just in this tight range right here. If you go, that's why it's good to do both. So I wouldn't really add any more to my long position. If I was just got down to the computer, I would probably either go short right away, or now that I'm in a long, I'm going to hold. I have my trade set into a stop loss where it's in profit, and I'm just looking for another position to go long. But the fact is, right now it is Thursday night, and I do prefer to trade on Tuesdays Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Those are my favorite days because I feel like there's, from everything I've heard from the educators, there's more, not certainty, but a lot of moves have already been made, a lot of trick plays that the market makers, the people behind the scenes are pulling. And it's sometimes easier to call the trades on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The fact that we're going into a Friday, we could keep pumping or we could take a dip, but you have to watch. If I just sat down to the computer, I would have scalp shorted right when see how it's already gone back down now. We were up here. See, let's go back to the candle for a second. See that green line right there? See, that's the good thing about candles. Candle tells a story. See, look at this. Now, this is a 1 hour time frame, and this is a candle. See this pin right here? See, the price went all the way up to about 94,500. That would have been the time to take a short, market short, right? But then what happens is over the last several minutes, it got rejected, right? So you can see the rejection. The pin is the rejection. But you don't get that on a line chart. But just a note to make about candles and how candles tell a story. The story here is you got rejected, right? And so it's looking a little bearish on the short term. So we'll see, right? But what does that mean? 93.6. So it probably 93.6. If I want to add to my entry, we'll probably add it there. The blue line. It's not financial advice. But the reason why is because of this right here. The blue line tells us right here the next level of support on the 15-minute time frame is about 93,649. So 93,649-ish right there. I would set a buy order right in that range, right? If it went down one more, you could set another buy order here if you felt confident that it wasn't going to dip too much below. So 93. And see what we do as traders, you set your orders. So we found two levels of support right here. And when I get off this video and I get settled back down, I'm going to place an order here. Probably just one order. It's but if I was more confident, then you could take more. But this is scalp trading. Scalp trading takes practice and study and a lot of effort, a lot of learning. But I encourage you to learn this stuff. Learn about Bitcoin. Learn what trading is, what are the different types of trading. And study it. Put in your time. Put in your 10 hours. Have you yet put 10 hours of study into Bitcoin to learn about it? Well, if you haven't, I encourage you to step up and put in about 10 hours of good study and see where it gets you. A lot of the top investors, they've studied over 100 hours and more on this topic. So I encourage you to at least do 10 and see what happens. Look, now you can see this candle is telling us a story, live story, and it's like a pin handle, like a pin bar, now it went red. Look at that. See, we were talking about it. It was going to get rejected. We mentioned it. We watched it together. Went from a green candle all the way to a red candle. We went from 94,000, almost 500, to 93,800 in about 5 minutes. That's Bitcoin right there for you. So you have to have, I don't know, my hobby background is I love playing poker. And what I like about trading is that it's so much more calculated and you can be so much more patient. But I encourage you to, if you get into this, the more educated you are, the more ammunition you have, I feel like. And the system of our we have swipe coin, we have levels, we have my swipe coin tools, we have these are the AI tools in the Stocks Crypto Academy. Levels, swipe coin scalper, my swipe coin, impulse, crypto harmony. I haven't even gotten into those yet. We have live mentorship. I'll share that with you real quick. Oh, there it is. We have 4 different live areas. One we're talking about right now is stocks and crypto. Right? This is one educator I want to share with you, and then we're going to wrap it up. Curtis Cobain. He has every Monday what's called Portfolio Watch. And he has really helped me over the years, the last 2 or 3 years, develop and be confident in my crypto portfolio. So if you have any interest in building a crypto portfolio, I encourage you to join us. Get into it. Learn from the teachers, learn from each other. We learn from each other. The link to join is inside the description of the video. And if you have any questions, just call me, text me anytime. If not available, we'll set up a time to get together. So this is levels on the 15-minute time frame. I'm going to zoom back out. I want to leave it there. Let's see here. Let's go to 1 hour. See, yeah, so we have some resistance right here. See the red? That was a good resistance, right? The red bar that we drew, we did it live together. So that was a good point. That was a good short. That's how people take shorts. In a trade like that, they catch it right. That was a good example of a good scalp trade example. But I don't want to leave it there. I want to put it back on the line chart. There we go. And see how the line chart doesn't give you the pin. Okay. So we are currently buying, though. Still buying, right? Okay. So let's leave us on the 4 hour. It's much more solid. That's where we're at on the 4 hour time frame. These are my major zones of support. 4 hour. We have resistance up around the 96,000 range and support around the 84,700 range. So, all right. Well, I'm going to leave us with that. If you have any questions about the Academy or anything, check out the link in the description of the video, or you can call me anytime. And remember that health is wealth. Without our health, what difference does it matter what earthly possessions we have? Consider that health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen. And credit is freedom. And I'll be back. See you next time.